That's wrong, because you're gonna get mad at me.
It's cool. It's cool.
I don't want to feel the wrath of a drowned in pools Max Ketchum.
Hey, we don't talk about that, all right? Oh my God. What a travesty, dude. Today was not my day. Let's put it that way. But it's okay. After this top 8, I'm gonna go money match everyone in the Midwest and just walk away with some cash. All right.
All right. So here we go. We got MJR versus LLL Mr. R.
We got Michael Jackson.
Yes, I'm gonna be like that, Sturm. And we're starting out on Smashville. You know, Starterville, Midwest loves Smashville
Dude,
a lot.
the universe loves Smashville.
Sure, I don't like Smashville.
What's wrong with you?
I'm a Ganon main.
So what's wrong with you?
Uber platform does not do anything good.
No,
for
I
me.
mean, why do you play Ganon?
Oh, because he's awesome. But anyway,
Back to the match.
Don't worry about me playing Ganon.
Yeah,
worry
let's talk
about
some relevant characters.
Ouch. Speaking of relevant characters, how did you do in pools?
Hey, that has nothing to do with my character. Either way, back to the match here. We've got a match that before this patch I would say was comfortably in Sheik's favor.
Now? Who knows?
But now, yeah, literally complete question mark. I think that's the theme of the weekend at all the Smash 4 tournaments. Smash 4 tournaments that are going to be played this weekend. Everyone is going to be like having these Sheiks on fraud watch.
Yeah.
Because no longer do you have those built-in 50-50s out of throws for kills.
You got to work a little bit harder.
But
I still think Sheik's really good.
yeah, as a core character, she's still amazing and relatively untouched too. They didn't really nerf anything other than a very small hitbox nerf on her forward air.
And of course the needles.
And needles. Yeah, 80%-ish of the range that they used to have. But I don't think
Oh, back throw. Okay.
barely living. If he
Now-
was a couple steps closer to the edge.
One thing to keep in mind as we watch this go forward here is that I don't know if maybe MJG paid off Sakurai or what happened, but even though he just lost his stock there, we could see a turnaround really fast because MJG has been getting triple turnips like nobody's business.
I feel like the game lets you get 3 when they're at kill percent or something. You know what I'm saying?
Something has to happen because anytime that MJG's needed him, except for one time I can specifically remember, he's had it. Like, triple turnips have just been coming out and getting kills, so that's something that I expect to see. Also, that up tilt really dangerous, surprisingly enough.
It definitely is.
Ooh.
2 bowling balls, but yeah, the second one was definitely a little greedy. Also, just before MJG lost his first stock to that bouncing fish, he had a brilliant tech out of his up B. Mr. R up beat him into the stage, and he just was able to survive and keep going. But
I have very rarely seen MJG miss a tech. This man it's a tech zone.
yeah, if you play a character with no hitbox on the recovery, you really have to have those techs on point all the time because people live to batter you into the edge. That's pretty much one of their best courses of action.
Especially Villager, because I can't tell you how mad I've been at Villagers in the past. Like, I think I get the stomp, I think I get the footstool, whatever, and then they just bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, that infinite recovery, man. Oh, and Mr. R just floating over his head with a neutral air. Some intense spacing by these guys.
Yeah, and that's what you expect from high-level play is the spacing to be just, like,
immaculate.
Yeah, the precision, exactly. And that's actually something I wouldn't be surprised if Sheik sort of uses now, as we saw there with needles, to pop those balloons. Maybe with the shortened range, he doesn't have to worry about it hitting Villager and maybe resetting, so that's possibly a benefit in this matchup.
Yeah, maybe. It's really hard to pop the 2 balloons without hitting Villager, though, as we all know.
We're theory crafting,
yeah,
because we have no idea. Like, it's like you said, it's a question mark weekend.
Yeah,
everyone's settling into the patch.
So far, Mr. R looks like he has some answers to this nerf Sheik. He is doing just fine, especially in a matchup that is
needles to bouncing fish. That was really impressive.
That still works, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this matchup is something that I can't imagine Mr. R has too much experience against. I don't really know of any European villagers. But that said, this guy spends basically half his time in the United States anyway. So,
which I'm glad, because he's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he's super cool, super good player. Both of these guys fit that description.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the people in the top 32 fit that description.
And that's the thing, like, people, if you're, I'm not afraid, but if you're nervous to come to a tournament and, like, meet some of your favorite players.
Yeah, don't be.
You don't want to shatter the illusion.
No. Oh, yeah, like, I bet he's such a jerk in real life.
Yeah.
There are a couple, I guess.
Or that they're really nice, and then they end up being a jerk in real life. Like, one or the other, and so everyone that I've met here at this tournament is so welcoming and so good as a person.
Right.
And let's see if these two guys are good as players.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to be nice to each other in bracket, man. Like, you'll see these guys chilling after the tourney for sure, but right now, there are no smiles. It's all business, exactly. And Mr. R so far breaking away with that 1% lead. Though, of course, as we've learned, like, even leads much larger than that are pretty insignificant.
Yeah, Villager, you know, obviously that bowling ball is super dangerous for Sheik's recovery, especially if you can force her lower. And then Villager can get killed being relatively light, as we saw at the end of last stock, with, you know, needles to bouncing fish. Bouncing fish, a really dangerous tool.
Oh, MJG. What a bold play going for that turnip down. And it wouldn't have even spiked. Even if he got the 3 turnips, it would have been the late hitbox. But I know he was banking on an edge spike there.
Right.
On Mr. R. But again, you know, we saw MJG with some sick techs. Mr. R, maybe not forced to learn how to tech all the time by being...
And the sliding tipper up smash, taking the stock in a spectacularly fast fashion.
Yeah, and, you know, Mr. R might not be forced to be hit into the wall and, like, massively tech everything, but the guy is a veteran of this game. There's no way he's going to be dropping easy techs like that, even to something unexpected, like a soft down air from Villager off the stage.
Now, one thing that I will say that MJG has seen, he seems slightly off-center today, is with his slingshot game. It seems like he's not getting the short hops as low to the ground as he wants to. So let's see if he can clean that up a little bit and possibly run this back.
Oh, there's one right there. Short hop back air to the face from MJG, but oh no, just kind of mistimed. Actually, no.
I think he thought he was going to land on the stage.
No, I think he wanted to catch the snap, but if she teleports in from above, she's actually not vulnerable when she snaps the edge. Yeah, that's a really strange thing with teleport recoveries in this game. And another one just dipping too low to get caught.
And I'm really impressed for Mr. R here. Like, everything that MJG is throwing at him, he is just being able to dodge perfectly. And another really good thing there we saw from Mr. R is he held down to go above the ledge to not get hit by that turn up. Just such impressive play from these two. MJG does get the kill and blocks that bouncing fish with a Lloyd rocket.
Yeah, Mr. R really favors that hold down to go above the edge with Vanish. Gets him out of a lot of sticky situations, especially when he's going to re-grab the edge for the second time with no invincibility.
Because even if it doesn't get the hitbox, it still has that win box to push you away as well. So.
Yep. And you at least won't grab the edge, and they're usually like getting ready to hit just the edge and not slightly above it.
So yeah, that's just, again, knowledge, high-level stuff that, you know, when to go above, when not to, you know, when to start, you keep your invincibility. It's all that stuff, and the recovery mix-up from Mr. R right now are incredible. MJG is not able to take advantage of it. He needs to build some damage right now because this is still definitely doable. Villager likes to live for a long time.
And this is starting to become a reality for MJG. Pretty much just a bowling ball at the edge away, or a couple solid hits into that back throw. Or, I mean, Villager has a pretty impressive kill repertoire.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people underestimate when it comes to Villager, is a lot of...
I don't know about a lot of people, but I'm constantly on the edge when I think,
oh, it's a bowling ball!
Coming from above, man, that's going to happen, or below, rather. You are going to be vulnerable when you snap the edge. I actually think Mr. R did hold down that time.
Yeah.
He thought he was cheeky, but there are some reappearance frames in which she's vulnerable before that hitbox comes out. And
MJG bowls a strike in response.
Yeah, exactly. Took full advantage there to put the little X on the board.
Yeah.
10 points.
Yeah, he had an empty frame in that first game, but is able to bring it back with a very powerful bowling ball.
Some impressive resilience there, too. He did lose the first stock of that match.
And it was at really high % going into the second stock.
Yeah, Villager is a little ball of death, man. She's tiny, but packs so much of a punch. Nearly infinite recovery, and also surprisingly heavy.
Yeah.
You were saying, you know, that she is relatively light, but she's just a tiny little cut below midweight.
Yeah.
Tiniest cut.
I guess I think that Villager should be heavier. So when I say relatively light,
yeah,
I
all that
feel
stuff in
like
the pockets, you know. I know she's packing some couches and like a whole bunch of bells. That fight money, dude.
Yeah, he got that Crook Tom Nook to fight off. So.
Yeah, true. So maybe not packing something else, especially when you play on an Animal Crossing stage. The taxman cometh. All right. So far, just a little quick exchange and trading blows here.
This counter pick seems pretty neutral to me.
Yeah, I actually would guess off the bat that it favors Villager a little bit more, especially now that Sheik's throw confirms are gone.
Right, but
that was pretty much her ticket to killing off the top.
Oh, when he goes for the burst grenade, and that would have been really, really impressive to hit, but just misses by a slight margin. And Villager finds herself at a big disadvantage already again.
I feel like when Sheiks throw that grenade, they're not necessarily aiming to hit you so much as they are just like, okay, you can't be here now. You know, your trajectory is going to be more predictable.
Yeah,
when you
force you to do something else.
But nonetheless,
I feel that.
Mr. R doing just fine so far. Up only a mere now 35-ish%. Well, exactly 35%. Math is cool.
Math is fun.
And
Stay in school, kids.
MJG showing, though, that percent deficits don't scare him. Oh, he did a tomahawk into jab on the shield. I feel like he read an extra step ahead of Mr. R. Mr. R was indeed scared and, you know, was going to fall victim to the tomahawk grab mix-up that MJG at like level 1 mix-up would have gone for. But he's like, nah, no way. Mr. R is way too smart.
He outthought himself. Like,
exactly.
Congratulations. You just played yourself.
That's exactly what happened, and another bouncing fish off the left side. Starting to look like some deja vu here for MJG.
Right, but I mean, if I hope it's deja vu for MJG, because that means he's going to bring this back.
True. Very true. And peeling off that first stock is really the hardest part of the battle.
And I mean, but Villager, though, it just seems like no matter the deficit, Villager is always in it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah,
very much so.
She can die. Like, yeah, it's totally possible because Sheik has that bouncing fish, has all these conversions, even post-nerf. But the way MJG plays and the skill that he has, he's always in it.
Yeah, definitely never counting himself out. And again, coming from above, that's going to actually keep Mr. R safe. I feel like as long as he keeps recovering at that angle, MJG should really just stop going for the bowling ball. But he might not know that Sheik is actually not hittable with that from there.
Right. Or maybe in case, for whatever reason, the game doesn't register it as above, maybe equal to or below.
Maybe if you get a little lucky, you know?
Yeah.
If Sakurai's on your side, like, it seems to be...
And the bowling ball is relatively safe in that particular situation. There's not a whole lot that she can do to punish when she's trying to recover.
Ooh, and the landing there to bouncing fish, but he got the strong hit, which actually made that combo not work.
Back throw.
Barely.
Edge guard here.
Barely too early.
Slingshots. Oh, and a stage spike, but it's Villager.
Yeah, rare missed tech, and it doesn't matter. Okay, so Mr. R still on the verge of losing this first stock, but it is his first, so definitely not really too nervous.
But now the axe is in play. The tree is up.
Yeah, I want to see MJG land that, man.
Oh, Void Rocket taking the hit.
And he doesn't even blow up if it's like the startup frames.
Yeah.
He can just tank any hit, which is really funny.
So that was either very lucky or very ballsy.
Either way, it worked out for MJG there, and he lives to see another day, or you know, a couple more seconds here. It's looking like he's having so much difficulty.
Yeah,
this first stop.
Mr. R is not letting this get away from him like he did in Game 2. He's definitely closing this game out.
He just hit a reverse.
It seems that way anyway.
Mr. R hit the back hit of up smash out of shield, which is like super weak. But
like, why is that even a thing?
Any hit, man, anything to do damage. But yeah, like why does it hit? I don't know. It's been that way since Melee, you know.
True.
If you get hit on the ground, it's pretty weak, but it's a hitbox that exists, and Mr. R will take anything he can get at this point.
Surprised we didn't see a grab there, to be honest with you, after that Lloyd hit. But gets the kill. 127%. Yeah, that's super dangerous, but still definitely possible here.
Nice footstooling off of Mr. R's shield, giving him a jump when he didn't really have one. He had no second jump. Gave him some extra lift, but is that going to be enough for MJG? He needs to at least get Mr. R to 50–60%, and then we can start talking about some bowling balls.
Right.
I guess he's got that home field advantage.
Yeah, it's town and city.
Oh, no, I mean that we're here at Poplar Creek Bowl.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's got double home field advantage, apparently.
Yeah, all the cards are in MJG's favor right now, but
except for the percent.
Except the percent. If only these silly, unrelated factors were enough to actually pull the match into his favor.
Not quite going to do it, though. That up tilt is not strong. Excuse me, forward tilt not strong enough.
Oh, this is still kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And we see Mr. R going into the more careful, cautious Camp Needles mode.
Yep, and Fair also not. I mean, Fair might kill it in about 50% more, but yeah, that's not something that
no.
MJG needs to worry about.
Yeah, Villager's Fair. I was gonna say Sheik Fair will definitely do the job, close enough to the edge, but not cross stage. Okay, this is actually on the verge of a timeout, and I think Mr. R is gonna play the. Oh no, doesn't even have to. I was gonna say, he's just gonna play the camp game, let the clock run, do its thing, but doesn't even need to.
So Mr. R takes it in a long set. But that's the mark of a good top player, is being able to hold out and keep that mental strength, that mental fortitude that you need in those long sets.
Got to keep your head on straight. You can't let the duration of the set get to you too much.
And that's something that, I mean, I'm not a great player. I'm okay, but like when I play against high level players or against high level characters, it wears on me, and I start to make sloppy plays. I start to do bad things, and so as the players, if you want to get better and you think that you've maxed out, even though you probably haven't, but if you think you've maxed out on tech skill or against the people, work on your mental game. Work on keeping up that hard thing.